Hello everybody, my name is Roland. Welcome back to Donkey Kong 64 post-commentary. Fuck that guy.
Wow.
I was completely forgot about that.
You ruined our groove.
Last time on Donkey Kong 64, we did some more explorations of the Crystal Caverns, exploring of the igloo area, getting rid of... checking off some more bananas off the chart. We're almost off the level. I don't know what the fuck else I'm going to be saying about this.
We talked about Star Wars and other stuff.
Yeah.
Because we're just sort of collecting things in the Crystal Caves.
Indeed. And today's... Fuck that guy again. Vengeance is upon us. In today's...
Is that bee just shitting out grenades at you?
Yeah, they do that sometimes. They either charge at you or they drop grenades on you.
Awesome.
In today's episode, we're going to be wrapping up what's left of... Crystal Caverns and...
Did you almost call them the ice caves?
No, I almost burped right into the microphone, so...
Okay, well that would have been just as embarrassing.
Yeah, we're going to finish up the Crystal Caverns, taking on the boss, and doing something else afterwards. I can't remember exactly what happens after we're done the level. But yeah, that's what we're doing.
We'll get there when we get there, won't we?
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, I mentioned this... I remember mentioning this during the...
Oh, it's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. That's not the right thing I wanted to do. Just killed the guy going to perform a sax solo. I mentioned
Team
this...
Fortress 2.
I mentioned this during the original recording, when I thought I was recording my mic audio. Crystal Caverns actually went by very well. Like, I didn't get lost at any point. I kind of just went from one point to the next point, and then we kind of just... wrapped everything up that was needed to be done. And all that's left is just these two areas right here, and then we're kind of just done with the level.
Yeah, it feels like we've been kind of screaming through this thing, and I don't know if it's just because we're talking to each other now as it plays, but
Yeah.
it's been going by reasonably quick.
Crystal Caverns.
I was about to say, your gameplay is doing all right, and then you got hit by a third grenade.
The singer is in both the best and the worst location you can ever
Yeah,
put an enemy.
they put a hornet that drops grenades right above your character swap point to just spawn camp Lanky Kong.
He doesn't deserve that. Look at him.
Lanky Kong could just use his big arms to reach up and slap that thing.
It's got the gross rubber texture noise that you hear when something stretches.
Oh, like his arms?
Yeah, that's the noise it makes.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the bee, when he squishes it. Have you ever made the horrendous mistake of killing a wasp with your hand?
No, I stay far away from wasps if they ever come near me.
Yeah, but if they ever if the wasp fucks with you, you don't have a choice.
No, I just run. I don't want to risk anything, dude.
if the wasp comes up to you and he starts talking shit, he's got his baseball cap on and a white claw in his hand.
Dude, I was in Victoria with my girlfriend. We were having, I think it was an ice cream or a pretzel, and a fucking wasp came up to me because fuck my life, and I was trying to get away from it, and I ran into a dude trying to walk past me. I almost tripped over him, and he caught me, and it's I'm sorry, there's a wasp. It's okay, man, don't worry. I'm oh, it's so embarrassing.
In front of your fucking girlfriend.
It was in a public area too.
That's bad,
dude. I fuck bugs.
I mean, okay. I will say, to your credit, at least you didn't do what I've done a couple times, which is smack the wasp against a surface in such a way that you sting yourself.
Ugh.
Or I guess because wasps bite more than they sting, but there are many such cases where I have gotten a stinging bug, just smacked it in the air in a perfect way to inflict damage on myself.
Because you're essentially just slapping this tiny little dot. That's not you know,
The
overly
the-
squishy.
It didn't stab me. It held out a knife, and I ran into it.
And yes, the arena, the thing that I almost completely forgot about.
We're getting a
In this
little bit of that Mario Galaxy shit in there with flipping the rooms over.
Yeah.
And now you're in the Bloody Palace?
So, yeah, in every level, there's an arena where you just fight through a gauntlet of enemies and you get a crown. Those are important for, like, later. These aren't bad. The only issue is that they take fucking forever. As you might have noticed when it started, there was, like, 70 seconds on the clock. And these things are not difficult.
Yeah, no, you just kind of...
They're just tedious.
You just have to hold out for like a minute at a time.
Yeah. The only issue is that they keep giving you splats to deal with, and they're just annoyingly tough, and they have these giant-ass shockwaves that get in the way of everything.
Those are the big Sonic the Hedgehog guys?
Yeah. Splat. I think this is the only game they ever appear in. You got the clumps, the big soldier dudes that throw grenades, that only appear like once in this game.
Now, do all the Kremlings wear, like, Viking leathers, or is it just these guys?
The Kasplats have Viking leathers, the normal critters kind of just have, like, vests and, like, belts.
Well played.
Well played.
You killed them all.
Mass murder.
I mean, well played when you win is almost as good as bad luck when you lose.
And now it's a game of matches. That I do horrendously in the first go because I didn't realize what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, are they like color coded? Is green always?
Yeah, there's color.
Chunky.
Yeah, there. If anything is color coded, it's always going to be the color code of the Kongs. Yellow being Donkey Kong, red Diddy, blue Lanky, purple Tiny, and
Green Chunky.
Yeah, and just a banana thrown in there.
That's nice.
This one's just an easy match it, so that I almost do on the first try with just barely any time, but I think as soon as I smack down it, yeah.
Yeah, this thing's pretty easy, he says,
Yeah.
losing.
Hey, I didn't realize, and I think you have to re-enter the area to get it reset, which is also
You have to
annoying.
leave and come back
Yeah.
so it can dump the texture cache of having 2 textures on an item.
Which, you know, they've never done ever before, so I don't know what that was about. And here's me figuring out the actual game plan of it. Start off with the banana in the middle, go to the right, take out the 2 tinies, get Chunky on the way back into the middle.
Yeah, now
Pause for some reason.
see now we're optimal. You just had to open your menu and confirm you had 169 spinning coconuts.
I don't know. I think I might have gotten interrupted by my dad or something at this point.
Yeah, you had to open the menu to confirm that the sticker on the banana does in fact kind of look like an eyeball.
Yeah.
It's looking at you. Don't put that noise on. I regret the monster I've created now.
Too bad it's in.
Right.
I don't know how long this lasts for, and I don't.
Viewers at home, tell Ross that you love the slurping bit and to put it in every video.
Hell yeah, that's gonna be my bit. That's
Yeah.
gonna be my bro fist.
What's up, guys? It's me, the gaming slurper, and today we're gonna slurp up Donkey Kong 64.
What's up? It's me, your boy Slurpso.
This game's got bananas, coconuts, and even apes.
Wow, amazing. Why did I pause for so long? I honestly don't remember. It was either a phone call, dinner. Okay, there we go.
Okay,
It might have been a
Ross,
phone call.
I do want to bring
And then
up
I
that this is a
lose track of what I was doing.
that this is pre-recorded gameplay, and we could have skipped that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I want to edit the whole thing in one go, so I'm not going to be able to remember what was cut out or not. It's not going to be so easy in the long run. I do things. This is all
Fair enough.
This is all unedited gameplay.
This is all freestyle, off the dome, no pen, no pad.
If anything, I should have edited this one and then we could have talked over it.
Yeah, well, we're here now, aren't we?
This is how we're doing it. This is how we do it. No.
Well, hey, for when I'm definitely in your next Let's Play, wink wink.
I was honestly wanting to have some sort of co-commentator for this one because I thought it would be a lot longer. It was not as long as I thought it was. Because I've recorded up to... I just have to do the finale, like the final battle video. This is like fucking a week or two after... It's like a week or two after. But I'm probably going to record the finale tomorrow. But like, this is going to come out...
Yeah, not tomorrow for you, the viewer. Tomorrow for us.
The finale's coming out in like 2 weeks or something. I don't know.
For us, the gamers.
Yeah. The hashtag gamers trademarked. Yeah, no, I was expecting this to be a lot longer. Because I remember like this is like the one Let's Play I kept talking to you guys about doing. Like, yeah, I'm going to be doing Donkey Kong 64 at the beginning of the next year. And I did that for like 3 years, and then I never did it.
Yeah. Well, you've been sort of going through the backlog of like N64 stuff alongside kind of slightly newer things.
Yeah, I've done 3 Rare games from the N64 era.
Yeah.
In under
But I feel
a year.
like, yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like, because was it Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, then this?
No, this came in between Kazooie and Tooie. I brought this up in one of the failed recordings that when we were talking about the janky jumping, that despite
It's my favorite DK64 level, janky jumping.
it works because it's an alliteration.
Because it's alliteration. Yeah.
But yeah, this game coming in between Kazooie and Tooie is very strange because the jumping is so odd. Like, it's so janky. And you compare it to, like, the Banjo games, and, like, jumping is so much more tighter. Like, and the movement in general is so much more tighter as well. Like, you go to jump, and you can use momentum in air. In this game, it's not so much, because as you jump, you're kind of locked once you start jumping.
Yeah, you can slightly affect your trajectory, but the way you're going is kind of just the way you're going.
Yeah, you will see me almost every single time whenever I jump, especially with Lanky or like pretty much every single Kong, except for Diddy. Diddy has like this weird double jump. He's the only one that can do it, where if you're tapping A as soon as he lands, he does another jump, which is a bit higher than his base jump. But for every other Kong, I always do a mid-air attack, so that I can kind of reposition myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess right after Banjo-Kazooie, because you've definitely played it more recently than I have.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there was definitely some, like, experimentation between the first one and Banjo-Tooie, and this is probably where they did a lot of that.
Yeah.
Because I bet if this game didn't have that sort of control or this kind of layout, Banjo-Tooie would have been like this, and then DK64 would have been more like Banjo-Tooie, because that's the game they learned the lesson on.
Yeah, because Banjo-Tooie is far more smooth than both of these games. Banjo-Kazooie is tight, but Banjo-Tooie is like more smooth and like you're able to like move around more freely and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, it helps that in Banjo-Kazooie, you don't have to you don't have to get every collectible as 5 different characters. You can just get them all as one guy.
Yeah.
It's cool that it's not like Banjo and Kazooie and their 3 other friends who had nothing better to do.
It's at this point that I realized that I forgot to get Donkey Kong's blueprint. Which is why I think... Oh no. Which is why I think
it's Banjo, Jerry, Kramer, and Elaine.
Which is why I think I was wandering around with Donkey Kong in that last episode for a little bit. Because like
you forgot to get.
Well, it's in a very. If I remember correctly, it's in a very stupid, off-centered location that isn't as clear as it needs to be. Oh, camera.
Speaking of things not being as clear as they need to be.
Oh my god, let me tell you about the camera in this fucking game. Holy shit. You think fucking Mario 64 was a bad camera for its time? Oh boy, this game. So
Mario 64 was fucking, like, masterfully shot compared to... Mario 64 was a fucking Wes Anderson movie compared to this game.
I am able to control the camera in Mario 64. It might get snagged a few times here and there, but it will almost always wrap around what I'm trying to get it unsnagged from. Donkey Kong 64, you have none of that control. If your camera gets snagged on something, you have to fucking redo your steps to get the camera back to working. There was a moment...
Because they didn't know how to make the camera just, like, clip through things or, like, dither.
No, because they didn't want, sneak peek through textures and stuff.
Because they didn't know how to do that yet.
There is a moment in...
There's probably a game that did that.
There is a moment in Gloomy Galleon where I get the camera stuck in, like, this entrance to a cave. And there's, like... So the entrance of the cave, and then there's the area to the right which has some platforms for me to climb on top of. I go to the platforms in the direction of where the cave entrance is. So I wrap around the entrance, and the camera doesn't follow me through, so I'm left jumping fucking blindly while the camera is just pointed straight into a wall and I can't see shit, which ended up being pointless because those platforms led to nowhere anyway. They were just there for scenic backdrop.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the camera is so... surprisingly bad in this game. It's crazy.
Don't we live in such a privileged time that, like, that's just not a problem in any game anymore?
Free camera is, like, the best thing. Unironically, free camera control is the best moderation.
Yeah, when was the last time, like, any modern game came out? Because there's always going to be games that are, like, poorly made by idiots that just don't know how to do these things, but, like... When was the last time a major AAA release came out and they were like, oh, the camera controls in this are terrible?
Yeah, like, because every game always maps the camera control fully to the right stick.
It's a solved problem now, and I think that's great.
It was solved back in, like, the GameCube era.
Games had solved it, but it just didn't catch on.
Yeah.
Because I remember there were... One thing I had, like, so much fun reading was I found, like... I want to say it was an old review of the original Quake, where the reviewer was like
Doom-styled Quake?
Yeah, Quake.
Huh.
Or it might have been... I think it was one of the, like, console ports of Quake, or it might have been another game, but it was around that time, where the reviewer was like, yeah, dude, the controls in this one are so fucked up. You use WASD to move your character around, and you look with the mouse, and you shoot by clicking, and you jump by hitting fucking spacebar.
Right.
What insane freakazoid designed this?
Because Doom, you aim with the arrow keys.
Yeah, because you only aim left and right, and it has auto aim up and down, because Doom is not actually 3D. It's using vector mapping.
And, like, more modern re-releases of Doom obviously fix that.
Yeah, are in actual 3D engines.
Yeah. Because I think, remember that con we went to way long ago with Ash? I think they had an original, like, Doom on, like, an old-style computer.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
I remember.
Like,
I remember
seeing
seeing
they played
that.
Doom back then. It's like, yeah, and you said,
Yeah,
they didn't work like that. Yeah,
you played with the keyboard. You know, it's like, you know, every couple of years, there's always some game in a genre that makes, like, a design choice, and everyone just agrees, oh no, yeah, that's the best way to do it. Everyone's gonna do it like that. Like, what was one I was thinking of recently? Like, you know, like when... Call of Duty probably wasn't the first, but it's the first one I think of, where it's like, oh yeah, you have a gun, and you can shoot it with the right trigger, but you can aim it with the left, and then shoot it with right. Like, there were definitely games that did that before, but that was around the same time, like, Metal Gear Solid 2 came out in, like, 2002, and to aim the gun, you press square, and to shoot the gun, you press square a little bit harder.
God.
Because it has like haptic feedback on the buttons to do certain things,
And
which is really cool.
Yeah.
But it doesn't play very well.
No. It definitely doesn't translate well to like modern times now.
Yeah.
You can reach the key. Just turn it.
Just get off your fat pig ass.
Don't need 50 more bananas. He is at the elevation needed to reach the key. Look at that.
You don't need to inhale 50 more spectral bananas.
This is how you unlock the boss, by the way. You go to the strange pocket dimension where this hippo and pig have to unlock
you have
this giant
to sacrifice 800 bananas to these two fat guys so that they will allow you to enter the boss dimension.
There is no context given as to what these two are or what their purpose is.
Well, I guess that's another Mario Galaxy thing. These guys are like the fat Lumas.
These two are the gods in the Donkey Kong world. Boss time.
Just two fat geezers.
Similarly to the boss in Fungi Forest, Crystal Caverns has another boss making a return. This time it's Armadillo back for one more round.
With a Star Wars wipe.
So Armadillo pretty much plays out the exact same for the first couple of rounds.
I like this. This guy's design is literally the Tarkus album cover. Tank Armadillo?
Yeah, pretty much runs through the exact same cycle as the first fight. Blasting fireballs, dodge out of the way, hit him with the barrel once he starts taunting, run away as he starts rolling. But once he gets through the first cycle, he's going to be activating his jet engines. And this time he's going to be doing shockwaves. Once he lands, he's going to be emitting some shockwaves. These ones are very easy to jump over. You can use
that, like, texture warping effect on the ground is actually like kind of impressive.
You can use the texture warping of the ground to give you a little boost over the damaging shockwave too, which is nice. But aside from that, the fight is pretty much almost one for the original fight, which was just dodge fireballs, wait for taunt, throw, barrel, run, rolling, and rinse and repeat 2 more times.
Watch for rolling rocks.
Yeah, this time you got to hit him 5 times total. And almost every time you hit him, he's got something new to dish out. But every time you do hit him with the barrel, he will be doing another rocket shockwave attack. Again, very easy to dodge. He's going to be adding 1 more cycle to it, so backflip dodges out of the way, no problem.
From what I remember, were the bosses in like Banjo-Kazooie about this level of complexity?
Oh, there were no bosses in Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah, sorry, Banjo-Tooie.
Banjo-Tooie had very easy bosses.
Yeah, so nothing on the level of this, like...
Not like a cycle.
Because when you mentioned that every time you hit him, he gets a new move, my first thought was like, oh, Mr. Freeze from Arkham.
Yeah. But here's the weird thing.
Clearly not to that level of, like... fidelity or complexity, but
once you get the 3rd hit done, he will lose his initial cannons. But once he stops rolling around, he's going to be getting another new mechanic. And yeah, now you mention it, the bosses of Banjo-Tooie aren't really boss battles when you really think about it. They're just big targets with like unique attributes to them. The first boss is literally called Target Zan, and you just shoot at his targets. The second boss, he just runs around, you just shoot at him when he's running around. Third boss, he's kind of like Target Sand. You just shoot at the little spots here and there. 4th boss is pretty much the same. Yeah, they're all pretty much the same type of boss. You just run around, dodge their attacks, and just hit them when they're vulnerable. So now now he's got a big cannon. He's going to be raining down fire for the first part. And is it this part where he shoots the big one? Yes, it is. This is a heat-seeking missile. Just kind of run around in a circle. Try to get him to hit the TNT barrel because that will stop his rampage early. And I think... Is that it for the fight? Yes. You just need to hit him 4 times.
Oh, and now he's naked.
And now
that's how you know you've won.
To the gap between dimensions.
And then he just spins away.
Spoon!
Imagine you like got into a fight with somebody like on the street. And you hit them really hard, but instead of like falling to the ground and going like, "Oh, you hit me," they just spun into the air like really fast and then turned into a sparkly key.
And that's Crystal Caverns. Pretty much
It's
done.
it's like when I almost had to fight that guy on New Year's.
Crystal Caverns was surprisingly very easy to get through and not at all difficult to go through at all, which is surprising. And I never grabbed the blueprint for Lanky. I almost remembered that. I think I just...
Is that something we remembered to do in this clip? Or
yes,
is this something
that
we're
is
gonna
something
have to go
I
in
just
and
remembered
post
to do. Because I could have sworn I did it before I entered the level, but I guess not.
You just like just doing like pelvic thrusts in Sonic's face.
Yeah, Crystal Caverns pretty easy to run through. It's like the easiest level I go through in the game, which is surprising. Compared to like fucking Fungi Forest, which is kind of a mess to go around. But no, like 3.5 videos spent in Crystal Caverns, done and done. Easy as that. Yeah, located in the ear of DK Isles.
Yeah, I will say, I do enjoy Donkey Kong 64's use of impossible space.
Yeah.
Just like everything is way huger on the inside than it should be.
The TARDIS effect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this whole game's about that. Like, did you ever play Superliminal?
I know what the game is.
Yeah, Superliminal is a very interesting game. For those of you watching who may not have heard about it, it's a Portal-like kind of puzzle game where the gimmick is
Perspective.
yeah, you're essentially in a room with certain objects that you need to use to solve the puzzle. But the gimmick with the objects is that whenever you pick them up, every time you put them down, they're always essentially the same distance away from you, but pulling them closer towards you or further away from you will physically change their size in the space.
Markiplier put it really well in the intro to his video about it, where you ever see a guy far away and you just kind of squeeze your finger and try to pop his head just for fun?
That's a real mechanic in that game.
That's how that game works, yeah. I did actually want to just play that game on my own, so I didn't actually watch the full video because it looks like a very interesting game.
And I guess that's more perspective than Impossible Space, but it's a similar kind of thing. Or like those bits in the Stanley Parable where you walk through a door and then you walk back through it and it goes to a different location. Yeah, that shit's always very fun.
I think this is where it's going to be ending soon. We got like a minute left.
So we've got one more little golden fairy, and then we're on to the next ship.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess in the event that you can actually get your audio setup working again, I think maybe now the end is near. Indeed. So I face my final curtain.
Indeed. It was unfortunate to find out that I did have 3 whole episodes where my mic audio was completely cut out. But the fact that I did it with my buddy, don't look at this. Don't look at this. That's not what you're supposed to be looking at.
Like Ross, edit a bunch of Lanky Kongs on the screen.
Okay, let's go. Go. Lanky here, Lanky there, Lanky there, Lanky from the Barrel Blast video game and the Wii. Fucking bam, bam.
Put Lanky there, but Lanky crinkling his feet. Put Lanky crinkling right there. He's crinkling his feet. No,
we're not doing that.
Okay, well then which Kong is it then?
Bluster.
Yeah, get me pictures of Bluster Kong's feet for this Let's Play.
Bluster Kong.
I want to need pictures of Bluster Kong. He's a menace. Sorry.
All right, but yeah, that is gonna be it for the post-commentary stuff. Next episode, we will be going back to regular singular commentary, actually talking about the game. But this was fun. It's fun to just talk with a friend.
Yeah.
Shoot the shit.
This was we had some technical difficulties, but in the end, I think we found something beautiful.
Indeed.
And if you guys like this style, leave a comment and let us know. We can absolutely do more videos like this.
Indeed.
Maybe I can get
a channel going to do so.
Yeah. I could even get Ross to play a video game that came out after 2010.
Hey! Hey! I did Hi-Fi Rush last year, like a month after it came out. Don't you start.
You got me. You got me. That L on my chest. I take that.
Never mind
All
the fact that like the first 5 games I did on my channel were like before 2010, but that's besides the point.
Never mind the fact that we're playing Donkey Kong 64 right now.
That's besides the point. Don't worry about it.
All right.
But yeah, next time on Donkey Kong 64, I think we're just going to be doing a little exploration around the Isles to get anything that we could be picking up, and I think we'll just be heading into the final level, second to last final level. And
I will be dead.
Indeed, he will be. Time paradox will happen, and we will be no longer in the future, but in the past once more.
Ross will be executing me right after this recording ends. Please,
yes,
this is a call for help.
I will
Please.
be adding the gun sound effects. You all know the one.
Just add like a Devil May Cry like results screen, like a bunch of different bullets, and then I give this video an S rank.
But yeah, thank you for joining me, my good friend Braden.
Thank you for having me, my good friend Ross.
Trials and tribulation of this fucking mess of a recording session that we tried doing. But it was fun.
Let's wrap it up. All
right. Thank you all for watching. Yeah, next time we're going to be doing some more exploration of DK Isles. And then we're going to be getting started on the next level, which is the second to last, well, the last proper level before the final level. See you guys next time.